Hello and welcome back to the Cronecast at the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine, and on this channel I do the Spirit Guide Monthly, live every last Friday of the month. I hope you're able to join me. I also do astrology readings in money and career, and then in love and relationship. But today's reading is a timeless pick a card reading. It's about karma. What will happen to them for hurting me? All of the scales of justice must be balanced. For everything that we do, there is an equal and an opposite reaction, and karma can actually return to us threefold or tenfold. Sometimes we're the person creating the injury, but sometimes people have injured us intentionally. And one of the most popular questions in readings is, what's going to happen to my ex? What's going to happen to the person who hurt me? So that's what today's pick a card is about. Now, it doesn't have to be about a relationship in a romantic capacity. It could be about a family relationship. It could be an employment situation. But what will happen to them for hurting me? This is what lessons will they have to learn? What does their future look like? What's coming up for them? And how will they have to balance out that scale of justice? There are 4 piles in a pick a card, 1 through 4. I ask that you don't pick my piles, but I always pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. Close your eyes, see which one, open them, see which one calls out to you, kind of comes forward a little bit. That is the message that you're most meant to receive. Remember, unfortunately in general readings, I can't guarantee that there is a message here for everybody. If the details of a reading do not fit, please don't try to make them fit. I will see you at the time of your reading. There's going to be an insert in a moment where you can spend a little time meditating on the cards and see which pile is for you. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 1, then this is your reading. Let's put the number 1 over there. Wizard's Tarot will be bringing us a 10-card predictive spread. 5 being the energy of change, 5 being the balancing energy. So we're going to have 10 cards total, but let's get started with your oracle cards. I drew some teacup cards, some tea leaf reading cards. Remember, I separate these into negative and positive piles as well, and because it's such a giant deck, I like to kind of get a handle on what energies I'm reaching into. We have Tiger, doing something risky, taking chances. We'll see if that's going to work out for them. And then we have Gavel, involvement with the law. Well, it looks like maybe their chickens are coming home to roost already. Let's find out. We have the Student, which is the light attributes are humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. But the shadow attributes are arrogance and the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. So far we're dealing with a very arrogant person who apparently likes to think they're a little bit above the law, doesn't follow the rules. Let's keep going here. I have Shapeshifter. Light attributes are skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. But the shadow attribute is projecting any images that serves your personal agenda in the moment. This is a manipulator's card. So the Shapeshifter with the shadow attributes of arrogance. Okay, so this is a person who has the ability to kind of pretend they are a particular type of person to serve the needs of that particular moment. They likely lied to you and took advantage of you. The Lantern Oracle is intention. Lacking personal direction begets confusion, and life is a pawn to someone else's game of chess. Wow, somebody manipulated the living stuffing out of you. And what's coming back to them should be the exact same thing. Transformation, metamorphosis, synchronicity, the unexpected. Okie dokie. Well, we have envious gluttony. That is greed, 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 greed. And artificial heart. Okay, so this looks a little bit messy, quite frankly. What is coming up for the person who hurt you? Now, I don't have a lot of information on the ways in which they did so far, but the price that they are paying is their justice will be brought to them in a manner that they took a risk in. Meaning that they may have tried to take from you, they may have tried to steal from you, they may have taken advantage of your generosity. They've been a manipulative person, they have tremendous arrogance as well, they will have to learn humility. They will also be, it looks to me, as if it's one of those it goes around, comes around type of situations. Their greed will get them involved apparently with legal matters. meaning maybe they're the type of person who tries to cheat on their taxes or like hide money in overseas accounts. Their intentions are basically going to be paving the road for them going forward. Let's get 5 cards for where they are now. Let's go, let's go. What's going on with group number 1? What's happening to the person who hurt them? What karmic lessons will they have to learn? How will they have to balance those scales of justice? 2 more times. And 2. Hey, before I get started here, please don't forget to subscribe. It does help my channel. If you like the reading, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. Let's get going with these 5, and I'm going to put out the other 5 as well. Move on to these after we examine these. Let's go. Wizard's Tarot is saying, oh, Queen of Swords in reverse. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is somebody who like lied in the most cold-hearted fashion imaginable. Yikes. Death card in the upright. That is a card of loss and closure at times. Where they are right now is the Sun in reverse. Yikes. All right, well, they're paying. 2 of Swords in reverse is clarity around what they have lost. The 6 of Wands in the upright, they're trying to move forward. Listen, this person like lied like most people breathe. They likely, and like I'm not positive that you knew. Like you might be, and remember, the whole thing, if you spot it, you got it. There's a flip side to that. If you do not possess it, you don't perceive it. So if somebody really took you in, if somebody was able to manipulate you and lie to you at a level that when you found out about it, you might have felt a little bit naive or gullible. You're not, you're just good. Don't judge the rest of the world by that person. And it looks like they have a lot of clarity around what it is they did. They've gone through a period of depression. They're trying to start over with this death card energy. They have clarity on their actions, but they're trying to move forward. They're not artificial heart. Like I'm not positive they love people. Like not everybody possesses the ability to love others. We could be dealing with a narcissist. They may actually be moving with the 6 of Wands as well. I've got cards with loss. The Hermit in the upright is a soul-searching card. I have the Emperor in reverse. Yep, we have an abuser of power on the scene. 3 of Wands in the upright. I have the 4 of Cups in reverse, and then I have the 5 of Swords in reverse. Okay, well, what is going to happen to them? All right, as near as I can tell, they lied from you. They lied to you. They tried to take as much as they could from you. Get a look at this guy. Envious gluttony. They're very greedy. Like they don't know how to value real things. They put a price tag on pretty much everything. Listen, please forgive yourself for ever getting involved with this person because like they make lying a way of life. With this, they study people and try to become who they think they want. Like this person is, there's a slightly sinister vibe going on here, actually. Listen, they are always planning. They are always scheming. They're always trying to make something happen. But what's going to happen for them is a little bit, every time something gets going, it's going to get taken away. They have a life of discontent coming towards them. And this is a card for, this is one of my cards for defeat. So like they live in a perpetual energy of defeat going forwards. The other thing is that like they're going to encounter multiple people doing to them what they did to you. And they likely lied and cheated and potentially stole from you. This is not like, remember, the roles do switch around. And as we learn throughout life, sometimes we're the person like doing the accidental injury. This does not look accidental. This Emperor in reverse is an abuser of power. This Emperor in reverse is somebody who, like, they're often incredibly arrogant and incredibly cold, and they think that they're above other people. Everything, because they keep trying. They're trying to find a path forward. They're trying to make things work with that 6 of Wands. I have this is an energy of defeat. This is an energy of discontent. Everything that they try, any type of relationship, any type of business, Like even if for a short time period it looks like everything's working out, because this is like a temporary victory energy. They only have, because the Six of Wands is a triumphant card. It is about winning over adversity. It's triumph over adversity. But the flip side of that is that it's only a temporary victory in a longer, like basically campaign. And every time they hit this energy of not being able to make progress, like they have to spend a lot more time alone than they would ever choose to. The people that they're interested in are not interested in them. Every time that and they've tried this game again more than once. Here's the thing, I think they almost treated you like you were disposable. They really did. They've struggled with depression in their own right. Because of that artificial heart, because they apparently lied to you about love. They were just an inveterate manipulative liar. Everything that they try, their personality will eventually, until such time as they learn, and honest to goodness, I'm not positive they're resolving this or learning a lesson within this lifetime. Things will only ever temporarily be theirs. Everything will be snatched away eventually. Do they associate it with you? Yes. Yes, they do. The soul-searching energy, like it's starting to dawn on them already. Metamorphosis, synchronicity. Like they have noticed, because not all synchronicities are awesome. Like they really have noticed that they can't get anything off the ground any longer. Beware, be careful who you trust at this time. They're meeting up with somebody who's like, it's almost like their mirror image. Only this person like has no warmth within their heart, this artificial heart. They're very much like they're an opportunist as well. This person is an opportunist. Snake, and beware. Your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path, but be careful. Listen, they are going to meet their worst nightmare, essentially. As near as I can tell, their inability to give real love will prevent them from ever receiving it. They prioritize, they value money over people. Everything they think of as being about success is about wielding power over others. Every opportunity that they like bring towards them will end in discontent, and they will be defeated. Like this is not like I listen, don't ever glory in somebody else's pain, but it looks to me like this is like a barren wasteland in terms of somebody who they took their compassionate side and they stored it far, far away. They took, because this can be the card of a sociopath, and the difference between a psychopath and a sociopath is that sociopaths are made and psychopaths are born. And so this is the card of a sociopath. I don't know what turned them into one, but they don't value human beings and human connection in a way that will ever, like, they've got that greed energy. And everybody that they try, and because they've tried again and again, beware, snake. They don't realize that other people see them with clarity and truth. This is one of the figures in the Hermit. This is actually the Fool as he withdraws into like basically a cave to do some soul searching. But this is also the image of Diogenes, which, you know, the figure in Greek mythology who looks for an honest man. Other people can spot this particular person. Involvement with the law. Like I wonder if they're going to cross somebody, because doing something risky, taking a chance, and then it ends with involvement in the law. Everybody that they try and kind of hook up with, ooh, there she is again, the thinking woman, listen, this is not gendered, but like they're going to meet somebody whose heart is even colder. It's just colder. They don't, this is not a terrible energy, but there's a, Are they just a lost soul in their own right? Maybe. We could be dealing with, oh my goodness, with a formative wound. All right, okay, all right. They are going to be carrying forward some karma to their next lifetime because it does not look to me as if they're able to fully resolve it. It takes them a little while to understand that every time they build up something, they meet somebody, the snake and beware energy, who is just merciless to them, who's as good at, like, basically the worm is going to turn. This is a very calculating person looking to misuse their power. Eventually, there is some form of, because this is a connection to spirit, this is the Archangel Raphael, who heals heartbreak. Eventually, they really, I do think, begin to understand that everything that's going on in their life is because of what they did to you. They're not, they have anxiety issues of their own. Every opportunity ends like this. Where this can be a good card. The Four of Cups can be things happening behind the scenes and unseen forces, but every opportunity that comes to them leads to discontent and defeat. Because they're a person who I believe really, like they treasure the idea of being powerful. They're somebody who they just want, they're greedy. They're just greedy. They never learned to value real connection. They never learned to give real love. They do, I believe, think that they have found it. I do think they believe they've found it, but like basically they've just found their lesson. This person is a lesson for them. Everything is a little bit spoiled for them going forward. Now, do they have periods where they're happier than others? Yeah, of course. They do. Like every now and then it looks like something, like they're it's almost like they think, you know, hey, I've moved past that. But it's like a joke, man. Everything that starts to thrive will eventually like wither on their vine. I'm going to keep going with this for just a second. I'm going to pull a couple of Lenormand to see what else is going on here. Rider, that's movement as well. Stork, start something new. Lilies, Man and Scythe. Yay. Okay, so every time they think something is about to progress, like it's almost like something whispers in the ear of the people that they're trying to entrap. It really is. Like something, their intuition fires. Whoever this person tries to entrap next, because this is a romantic relationship. I do not believe this is a work relationship. Whoever they're trying to entrap, it really is like, it's like they're warned. It really is like they're warned. And that involvement with the law, defeat, discontent, it's an inability to thrive. It's an inability to thrive. And occasionally they will feel like they're getting something off the ground. This is the cold-hearted person who will find them and is essentially they're not gonna spot it either. They're gonna have their own healing to do after somebody basically brings to them the same energy that they brought to you. And they took advantage of every good part of you is what it looks like. The transformation that is coming to them is quite simply that karma will bring to them a need to, I've got so many recovery energies here. It's like their health falters. It really is like their health falters a great deal as well. Like they're constantly having to like scale back and take it a little bit easy. They may have had robust physical health in the past, but it's like there is this drain. Everything that they took from you is being taken from them essentially. This is absolutely a balancing of the scales of justice. Defeat, discontent, I don't have any heartbreak cards. I'm not surprised by that here. Now, normally I kind of would be, but I'm not, quite simply because like I'm not getting the sense that this person, not everybody is, you know, capable within a course of a lifetime of truly loving somebody. Sociopaths are almost always narcissists as well. So this person may be narcissistic. They're not able to, bone collector, as trauma from the past. It is also like, oh wow, it's like a bookkeeper in on the other side. Yikes. Every time that they believe that they have overcome and they are moving forward with the Six of Wands, everything like dies. Everything causes them to, everything withdraws from them. Their abuse of power, they actually are quite bright. I'm pretty sure they're very, very bright. But they're not able to make anything happen. They're defeated time after time. I'm telling you, the magical map shifter is somebody who brings their trauma, to the trauma that they've caused to other people, to them. Coming apart. And then Dragon Slayer. I'm not laughing because I think somebody else's suffering is funny. I'm kind of laughing at like whatever they did. Wow, does the universe like have a butt kicking in mind for them? They will fall in love with somebody who is incredibly cold-hearted. And fall in love, do they really possess the ability to love? I kind of don't think so. I kind of don't think so. But this person will always make them doubt whether or not they're loved. Like this person is cold and calculating at an extreme degree. They may be very, very attractive. And that's what's keeping this person, like they want them as an acquisition. And I would almost swear that this person views other human beings as acquisitions. Be careful who you trust at this time. They have somebody coming in to do exactly to them what they did to you. If you were lied to, they're going to be lied to and not know it. If you were cheated upon, they're going to be cheated upon and not know it. They're going to be stolen from and take, like it really is. All of the trauma that they caused, a person is being brought to them to kind of like tear them down to the studs. And the Dragon Slayer is peril. And that might be with this particular card, Gavel, involvement with the law, and Dragon Slayer. Listen, this is pretty heavy duty. I'm not sure if what they did to you was perhaps criminal. Like if like really there was no way to file charges, but the wrong was just that deep. Because this is not just your standard issue breakup. This is somebody who greedy, cold, unkind, took everything that they could. I don't get the sense that there was physical abuse. I don't get the sense that there was physical abuse, but they were so unkind with their words. And everything that they did to you is coming back to them in a form that they will not spot. And every time that they think something is thriving and they've achieved victory, once again, everything just grinds to a halt. It's like they're thrown into a darn cave. Every opportunity withers on the vine and they end up feeling defeated. And this is a perpetual cycle for as near as I can tell until such time as they will learn the lesson. And I don't have them having they don't have the emotional world with this Emperor in reverse to really truly, they have this artificial heart. They will misuse any love given to them, and they have in the past. You are not the first person that they are an extreme opportunist. They're just an extreme opportunist, and that is what they will attract to them. I want one more card on this because I kind of want to know what's going to happen for them financially, because the greed is all over this. And there's this that projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. That's them. That's that Emperor card. Everything that they did, they're meeting that person. They're meeting that person who will do the exact same thing to them. So in terms of success, there won't be any. Every time that they think, and it's almost like the lesson that the universe is bringing to them over and over again, because that's what karma is the opportunity to like learn lessons and to grow. This person is very, 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 very arrogant. Yep, very, 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 very arrogant. And so they're very resistant to that. They have a great deal of disdain for others with that Emperor in reverse as well. What's going to happen for them financially? What's going to happen for them financially? Because that appears to be like how they value absolutely everything. Justice in reverse. Woo, okay. Four of Wands in reverse. Seven of Wands in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Tons of anxiety cards with the Five of Cups in the upright. Okay. The way their scales balance is through a complete loss of stability, contentment. Like they are going to want to give up on multiple occasions. They will be fighting depression until such time as they lean in and they learn the lesson. So what is coming back to them is it's like an intensification of absolutely everything they did. And this is happening within this lifetime. This is not a next lifetime energy. Artificial heart, envious gluttony, everything we do really does come back to us. You worked with good intent. You worked with trying to give your love to somebody. It doesn't mean you were perfect. Nobody's perfect. Even if you had your own moments, your intent was pure and theirs was not. Artificial heart. Okay. All right. So group number one, let's review. Lots of failure, discontent, and potentially a person who will use them in the way that they used you. This is not a person who, they're not going to learn a lot within this lifetime. They're not. And they repeat this cycle over and over. It comes to them in more and more extreme degrees. They achieve clarity sometimes every time they see a path forward towards victory. It's pulled up short. Everything, this is such a, it's like, readers will joke, this is the May card, meh. And that's what this is. It's complete dissatisfaction and defeat. So, group number one, please don't glory in anybody else's misery, but any happiness that they have will indeed be temporary. Is there anything they can do? I'm not sure. You know, the only way to really clear your karmic scales is to make amends. And they're in for it. They're in for it. They will have someone who is deceptive and potentially a difficulty with the law as well to balance out their scales of justice. They have a lesson coming to them over and over and over again. And they kind of suspect it and they kind of know, but they keep thinking that they'll be able to, because they think they're more powerful than you are, and they aren't. Until such time, it's like that color purple curse, until you do right by me, everything you even think about is going to fail. And that's exactly what they've got. They've got that energy, and it's almost worse because the universe will let them think things are working out over and over and over again. And it will just be that, like, victory will be snatched from them over and over and over. Can they change their path? Absolutely. Everybody can. Choice is the way that we change. We can simply choose to change. They have something wrong with their interior world. They just do. But they will learn the lessons about trying to exploit others. And they exploited everything that they could about you. They will be exploited in their own turn. They will lose. And then there is also this doing something risky, taking a chance, will lead apparently to legal actions. All right, group number one, that was heavy duty. Whatever they did to you is coming back to them. Their karma will be quite simply paying back the universe for the things that they took from you. They will have to pay back in their own losses. Everything is coming back to them 2, 3, and perhaps even tenfold. All right, group number one, take care, be well, and go forward and know that having a good heart, having a compassionate heart, never change who you are. Never view the rest of the world as this person taught you to. Don't give them that. Don't give them that. They don't deserve to have any power over you. Go forward, be thriving, be happy, be well. Okay, welcome back. If you chose pile number 2, then this is your reading. My goodness, pile number 1 was heavy duty, no spoilers, but I have been asked if I would do this reading because someone saw another reader's one on karma, and they asked if I would do one simply because I deal with so many abuse victims. And so we are asking how the scales of justice will be balanced. What is the karma that is coming to the person who hurt you? Now remember, sometimes we're the ones doing the hurting and sometimes we're the ones being hurt. So don't think in terms of retribution and revenge. Simply, sometimes it is a relief to know that there has been essentially a karmic defense. So this is the Dream Keeper's Tarot. It will be bringing you a 10-card predictive spread, 5 for where they are now, 5 for where they're going. Let's get going with you got 3 teacup cards, 3 tea leaf cards. Remember, I pair these cards down to like I have a positive pile and I have a negative pile. This is the negative pile because we're looking at the karmic justice that is being brought to somebody. We have boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. We have claw. Be careful. Do not take risks. And then we have dragon. Beware of self-delusion. Okay, they may be a grandiose person trying to take risks. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Boy, they're probably somebody who believes that if you just work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, that you are guaranteed to succeed. I'm not sure that's going to be the energy that they're inhabiting. Hey, again, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It does help my channel. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. And if you hit that thumbs up button, if you like the reading, that helps my channel as well. Okay, monk nun. I beg your pardon, monk nun. We have the light attribute would be selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit, but the shadow attribute is negative judgment of the physical world, excessive piety. This is somebody who thinks they're better than other people. They think they're smarter. Like they think they can outwit risk. That they're, I don't know if they've even been all that successful yet. Let's see. We have Prince, light attribute, romantic charm and potential for power, but the shadow attribute is using power for self-aggrandizement. I'm telling you, like they're a grandiose person. They're very arrogant. They think that they are better than other people. Negative judgment of the physical world. They're a deeply unkind human. We have women supporting women. Together we can transcend our individual limitations. That is a community thing. It's almost like people are going to get word of them, like their reputation is taking a hit, which is difficult for anybody who is grandiose. All right, I have manifestation, prosperity, fortune, pure intentions. Oh no, this isn't, the reason that I said that is if this person does not have good intent, everything they tried to do to somebody else will be done to them. That's what that means. Oh my goodness. And it also looks as if their reputation takes a hit. People are talking about them, like something about their story isn't tracking for other people. Fragmentation. And then we have, is this me? People are starting to doubt their narrative. It's very important to this person to be viewed as like they have a good reputation, that they have good connections, that they, and something about what went down, people are like questioning who they really are. Because masquerade came with this as well. I didn't realize you got 3 of these as well. Interesting. People are starting to doubt who this particular person really is. All right, let's wonder what they did. Like, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's like, whoa, intrigue. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I don't know what type of relationship this is yet. It could be a business situation because it looks to me like they've ruined their own reputation already, and they may not know it, but it's starting to come to them that they have. All right, we've got Queen of Cups in reverse. That is intuition. It can be a lack of emotional fulfillment as well. Could be an older woman also, somebody who has grown children. Let's get going. Let's get 5 for now and 5 for later. We're gonna go 3 times. 1 and 2 and 3. I got caught up in the story that's being told here for a moment. Like this person, like they tell other people's secrets, and they don't understand that like their reputation's a little bit in the dumpster. Yikes, yes, 10 of Swords in reverse, like for real. All right, here we go. We've got the Two of Swords in reverse, that is clarity. Oh my goodness, the Tower in reverse. Six of Swords in the upright. All right, let's go. Temperance in the upright. We've got the Eight of Cups in reverse. Four of Pentacles in the upright. Ace of Pentacles in the upright with the King of Swords in the upright as well. All right, the Ace of Pentacles is like a business as well, that like they try to make things happen. God, they're cold. They're like this really cold person. They think they're better than other people, using power for self-aggrandizement, and then negative judgments of the physical world. They judge others very, very, very harshly indeed. They think they're smarter. They think they're better. They think that they are able to calculate risks and figure them out. Boy, is that going to turn around and bite them in the butt. Which is basically that Eight of Cups in reverse. Everything that you do comes back to you. I need to heal. Okay, this is a little bit difficult in that it looks to me as if they are going to potentially experience a loss within their life. The Six of Swords is one of the few literal death cards. The Ten of Swords is as well. It looks to me as if they are experiencing loss. They caused you trauma, like actual trauma. They might be one of those people who triggers somebody on purpose to try and get what they want. They have this weird, deeply manipulative energy around them. Let's go ahead and we're gonna, like, what's going on for them here? What's coming up is like, they don't, envy. The World, they're a very covetous person. Like they look at others and wonder, like, how do I get what that person has? They think that I really do think they're delusional. Be careful, do not take risks. They don't believe that they need to. They really do think that they are, like, they're able to get things done where nobody else is. Cornucopia, adjacent possibilities, door to romance, one more. All right, enemy. Boy, that I like. Anytime they develop feelings for somebody, that person will not be it won't be reciprocal. Like if that person, like the people who are like you, because they like to go for people like you, like they have a very cold heart. They're trying to start over. I don't know how long your relationship was. I don't think this is a business relationship. They're a miser, by the way. They genuinely are. This is the miser's card. I don't often see it that way, but they're grasping and they hold on to things. Fragmented energy with masquerade, and then is this me? Here's the thing. Whatever it is that they did, like, other people registered it as being, like, their reputation took a giant hit. How they like to be viewed took a giant hit. Other people suspect them more than they used to. And it's because of something that they did right afterwards. Like, this is a stabbed in the back energy that made it clear. It really is like, here's the thing. They're very, very arrogant and they don't have a strong sense of how they are perceived. But they've been very diligent throughout their life in a hardworking capacity. And for a long time, I think they had a decent reputation. But no longer. Like, they envy other people their abundance. Again, they aren't able to enthrall anybody any longer. The ways they used to entrap people had to do with, like, finding these kind of very sweet human beings. That masquerade, they're all about pretending. Like, they might be like the type of people who, like, they plan how they're going to act. Here's the thing. They did something that was really, like, I want to say ill-advised or stupid even, that it wasn't, they didn't think it all the way through. And it revealed to this women supporting women, they've got a bad rep. They've got a bad reputation now. Dog, ship, cross, tower, Okay, they're being gossiped about. They betrayed you. Like, there's that Ten of Swords energy in reverse is a betrayal energy. They don't understand that actions they undertook after, like, they were trying to start over, have other people questioning their loyalty. Like, they did something, like, borderline gross. And they don't have a lot of awareness that they're being talked about a great deal. The Tower is, like, it can be, you've got the Tower in reverse here, which is usually about starting over or rock bottom energy. They used to be viewed as this kind of trustworthy, this dog energy, loyal person. Potentially because they may have had a long-term relationship with you, but they betrayed you, and it was known. Like, people can spot it. And they don't understand that others talk about them. That their reputation it's starting to dawn on them, because, like, other people are cold in business where they didn't used to be. They didn't used to encounter this King of Swords energy, which is this kind of cold analytical energy. They can be that person, but, like, they did something that just, it was like their mask slipped. They didn't realize how it would read to other people. Because in their mind, they kind of do no wrong. They have that arrogance. And what is happening to them is their reputation is ruined. And the reputation was, like, a great deal to them. And it does have to do with something that they did to you, this betrayal. I don't know if they cheated on you if you were married and now they're just kind of known as that person. I don't think they have a partner currently. If they do, like, it's very close to being over. It just is, because it's like they accidentally poisoned their own well. Ew, okay. All right, let's go. What do we got from the Enchanted Map? Their reputation will suffer. They will be gossiped about. They are, they would hate this part, but, like, people, they've been arrogant enough and condescending enough throughout the course of their life that, like, as their misfortune begins to mount, because it is, like, people gossip about them. Deep freeze, wow, they can't get anything going. Oh, sad embrace, my goodness. Into the unknown, follow the leader, magic prayer. All right, magic prayer is, that might be your wishes being returned to them. Listen, it is like their image is cracked in the eyes of those that can see them. They are being assessed in a completely different manner. They've tried to paint themselves as a victim, I think, and something they did afterwards shattered their image. Something they did. They called attention to it in a way that they didn't think they were going to be doing that. But they made, and it's, in particular, it's women. Women don't trust this person any longer. This does not have to be a gendered, like, it doesn't mean that this person's a male because other women no longer trust them. But it's got this kind of very cold clinical energy around it. And they get gossiped about. Like, there are people that are celebrating their misfortune a little bit. And they envy, oh wow. Sincerely, everybody that they fall in love with will choose somebody else. Somebody with more power, more money, better looking, whatever it is. It's this thing that they did where they really, it's like they pulled their mask down and they didn't realize it. And they're never really going to be able to recover from it. Because too many people knew. I really don't know what it was. But they did something that other people kind of went, oh, that's gross. Like, it had to do with apparently very obviously stabbing you in the back. Planning. Now is the time to lay down the foundations for your future. Financial gains are more than likely. Nope. They try, they scheme. Well, burnout. Your hard work will see results, but your health needs to be maintained. So check in with your doctor, dentist, and health professional and try to maintain a healthy lifestyle. All right. I think that there is a card of ill health. There are a couple of cards of ill health here. This is not the best and this is not the best. Remember, it's only when they're in combinations. Because this can be going towards a peaceful resolution, leaving a difficult situation behind. But in most depictions, this boat is on the river Styx. The Ten of Swords in the upright is something done and over. In reverse, it is a card of trauma and pain and processing and stabbing somebody in the back. It was clear that they had stabbed you in the back. Like they did something that was just, it was very, very unkind apparently. And now they're a little bit living with that. Like they're living with other people's negative judgments of them. And here's the thing, I think they know. I think they know. Like other people don't return their calls as promptly as they used to. They're not shown as much respect as they used to be shown. So essentially they undermine themselves in trying to be unkind and like I said, there's this betrayal. They just betrayed you. Every risk that they take apparently leads to, this is the energy of a miser. Like they'll have enough to get by. I'm not sure they're ever going to be impoverished. And here's the thing, I'm not getting the sense that you wish them ill. But like you get upset at the thought that they're allowed to succeed, and like they're kind of not. Birds, they can be messages, but with that tower, that's destructive messages. They're gossiped about. Like I think they put themselves, they must have cheated on you or something, because like whatever they did, now other people see them more clearly. Vast universe. Yeah, dark thoughts. Oh, conflict. Deserving. Okay, happy success. Ooh, okay, they believe, oh wow. Oh wow. This is very interesting to me, and I understand why like there was a request for me to do this, because I deal with so many people who do manifestations and who are healers and can manifest, and like so unfortunately a lot of people in my collective have been badly traumatized and sometimes abused. And so the karmic retribution fits the, and like is it retribution, is it revenge? No. It is an opportunity to learn a lesson, to grow. But this person like does not, they keep trying to like do things in the way that they used to. Other people are like, I just want to use the word a little grossed out by them. And it's starting, like they know. They really do know. They didn't at first, but they did something incredibly ill-considered. And I don't know what it was. But they made it pretty clear to other people that they had badly betrayed you. Like, they really, really did. And their lack of ability to have true self-awareness, masquerade is this me, fragmentation, they shattered their own public image. And it meant a lot to them. They are gossiped about. At least one person that they like want something from will hear about what they did. Like this one's not going away. I don't know if it was super public or what it was, but they are being judged by others. Listen, greed never really leads to affluence and to true abundance, because no matter how much that you have, you will always feel that you need more, so you will always live in a lack mindset. This person is very greedy, apparently. They will, no matter how much they have, they will always feel as if they need more, and I get the feeling they're not going to have a ton. I just, like, everything that they did to you is coming back to them. And the thing that will upset them the most is that they can perceive that they're no longer like seen as the good person any longer. And I think they were for a while. And it was partially because, here's what it is, they used to talk very glowingly about you. They're a very manipulative person, and they knew that like part of a good self-image was appearing to be this loving and kind and wonderful partner, and they did something afterwards that really revealed to other people that like there's like, nope, that clearly that's not who they really are. They did something that just showed their real face to others. And it's taken a little while for them to catch up with that. And can they correct this? Can they learn? Well, there's always the ability to make amends. There's always the, like, can people grow and change? Of course they can. Of course they can. If this person ever has love again in their life, and like kind of what I get is that every time they fall in love with somebody, either they're going to get word of like they did something that just came off as creepy to other people. Like really, like what kind of person does that? They didn't get it because they're just not a very good person, and they did not realize that they were displaying that to the rest of the world. So for the most part, their karmic retribution or their karmic lesson or the thing that they must learn from is a loss of status, a loss of importance, a loss of the good opinion of others. It impedes the area of their life that they're just like, it was business, their reputation, the way they are viewed, that feeling of power. They're very grasping around money. As a result, like they'll be able to, they're always going to have this very meager existence in both their emotional and their physical world, because even if they have riches, they have a tendency to live a little bit like a pauper. And the main part of this is that they sank their own battleship like on the way out the door with you, because they did something that showed everybody else who they really are. And they are never, ever, ever going to be able to regain that. It's like it's too late for them. And every time they form a connection with someone, eventually that person begins to suspect who they are, and they start looking into something, and they find out what this person did. And it's gross enough that like it's still following them around. And they kind of have tweaked to it. They have. It's only very gullible people at this point who stay with them for any length of time, but they treat everybody with such contempt that these people will even, like, eventually, everything they try to hold on to will get away from them. Their reputation is just not good. People will only ever like them for short periods of time before they see the truth. They will be left behind repeatedly. Every now and then they rally and they try. Every now and then they rally and they try. But it's whatever they did on the way out the door that they're never going to be able to completely overcome that. Because it was just, like I said, it came off as gross to other people. And particularly to women. Like women, it really hit with them that nobody that you would trust would ever do that. I don't know if they left you for somebody else or what happened. I'm really, really not sure. But they like really revealed that who they said they were and who they really are not the same person. And now they are, like, people hold them at a distance. They're very guarded with them. If they try to return to something, like they really, it's like they poisoned their own well. Okay, so group number 2, like what's happening, what's the lesson? They completely destroyed their good image, trying to be unkind to you, essentially. They showed their true face to the world, and they will never be able to adequately mask it again, because like it was very public. They did something that it's public, and I don't know what it is, but it follows them around, and it showed to the world who they really are. Not a really good surviving, thriving energy. Business will always be their main focus. Anything that the harder they tried to hold on to something, the more likely they are to lose it. And they've already lost the respect of other people. And that is probably the deepest wound to them, because they are such a pretender. They are such a pretender. Using power for self-aggrandizement. Their image was everything, and they ruined it themselves. You didn't do it. It was something that they did that revealed that they had already betrayed you so deeply, and they didn't get it because they're not quite wired right. They didn't get something that they did showed everybody else who they are. And they'll have to be living with that for the rest of their lives. Okay, so group number 2, that was your reading. What karma is coming to them? Essentially, the thing that they feared most, the loss of respect of others, being viewed as a good human being, that's gone. It's gone, and they can't get it back. All right, group number 2, take care, be well. I will see you next time. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 3, then this is your reading. Such an interesting reading so far. This was a requested reading. Someone else saw a different reader do this, but because I deal with so many abuse victims, I was asked if I would do a reading on what is their karma. How will they have to balance the scales of justice? Person who hurt you. And remember, sometimes, like, you know, I look back in my 20s when I accidentally hurt people, and it wasn't malicious, but, you know, everybody has to pay their karmic due. They have to learn their lesson, and if we learn a lesson and change, that's all that's ever asked of us. So let's see what's going to happen to the person who hurt you. The Justice card from the manga deck. We've got 2 tea leaf cards. And these came from the negative pile, the negative attributes, because I do separate them into good and bad, or, you know, positive and negative, quite simply because it's a mammoth deck and it's impossible to shuffle as one. All right, so before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. If you like the reading, don't forget to that thumbs up button. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. All right, Forest, muddled, unclear thinking. Oh man, they can't decide things. Interesting. Mice, discord among friends or family. Let's keep going here. Trickster, light attribute is transcending conventions, stuffiness, and predictable behavior, but their shadow attribute is manipulating others through duplicity. So, liar, liar, pants on fire. This person apparently lied to you like, boy. They used you. They used you. And you have very good discernment. Discord among friends or family. Boy, interesting. Like, they can't get along with people. You are their peacemaker. You help them figure out what to do. Slave, light attribute, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Shadow attribute is giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. Here's the thing. This is what I think happened with you. As I think this is my codependency, folks. Hey, remember, I'm codependent. I had to recover as well. It's not an insult. It's a trauma response. It's an injury that you're trying to heal. It is not a character flaw. But what I think happened was this was the codependent relationship, and this person, like, they manipulated the living crap out of you. You have tremendous willpower, but you're afraid to use it. And this discord among friends or family, I really think that they can't figure out what to do without your input on things, because I think you might be smarter than they are. And then discord among friends or family, like people judge them for what they did. Like, they can't get along with people either. It's like you are their stabilizing influence. Okay, accountability. Oh my goodness. Responsibility is a gift of love to yourself and others. Man, they're getting judged. Like, they don't take any responsibility for something that this is likely a breakup. I didn't intend this to be a relationship reading, but thus far it has been. Like, it's the way in which they paint themselves as a victim. Like, they don't own, like, they keep making you out to be a villain, and you don't, like, nobody buys it. All right, we have the Guardians, shielding, defense, warning. That's because you're protected. All right, your Guardians are, like, holding them almost in a prison cell. All right, we have colorless angel, and then naked before the stars. Interesting. So naked before the stars is basically you're revealed as you really are. The colorless angel is like just this depressive energy, this, they've been depressed on and off. When they're depressed, they're unkind to others. They've been causing like people to like withdraw from them because like they take their pain out on other people. All right, we have the 10 of Wands in the upright. I'm going to get 10 cards, which is 5 for now and 5 for what's coming. And 10 is the energy of complete cycles. It's one of the karma cards because the Wheel of Fortune. Here we go. Let's go 2 more times. 1 and 2. I'm a little bit fascinated. Giving your willpower, you had more power than they did. And like you were very decisive and they're not. Queen of Swords in reverse is discernment as well. Tower in reverse. Getting that a lot. High Priestess in reverse. Okay. The Moon in the upright. It's like people know they're a liar now. Like they've tried to blame you for everything to everybody and like nobody buys it. All right, we have the King of Cups in reverse, a narcissist card with the 10 of Cups in reverse. It's weird. It's like their family judges them. 8 of Pentacles in the upright. That's learning lessons. 8 of Cups in the upright. That's also like perpetual motion. This is one of the, basically this is energy being drawn towards you for manifestation. And then I have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh my goodness. It's like their bank account has a hole in it. Okay. So here's the thing. They don't realize that they are showing themselves as they really are to other people. That naked before the stars energy is they don't understand that they've been assessed and found a little bit wanting. The very fact that they tried to blame everything on you, like it doesn't track with other people. It just doesn't track. I don't know if it was a relationship of some duration. It may have been a marriage with this 10 of Cups in reverse. But honest to goodness, it's like their family's just like grossed out by them. It's like their family can't... They might be a very they might be a bullying person with this manipulation of others through duplicity. I think their family is well aware that like they're not exactly wedded to the truth most of the time. And the slave thing, like it really was like they had you on a chain. Like they used your discernment, your abilities, your everything. They made you feel powerless, but they were like using you like a power source. It's become clear who they really are, which is somebody who conceals a lot. In the aftermath, as they start over, they've told a lot of lies, but unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, like people don't take them at their word any longer. And that guardian's energy is like, okay, when I do magic, I call to the guardians who guard the four corners to aid me and to protect me in this and all that I do. And you have the energy of the guardians protecting you. And here's what I think. I think it's not so much that you want to see this person laid low. Like you're not a vengeful human being, but you want to make sure they can't ever do that to somebody again. Like you want to know that that's not going to be what's happening. Be generous, success and emotional fulfillment are yours. And then Lion, charge ahead, a protective aura of the Lion and charge ahead magnificently. Harness the loyal and protective aura of the Lion and charge ahead magnificently. Listen, they're a miser. And then you have all this beautiful growth around you, but this is a protective energy with the guardians. Financial instability, like they're going to have to move. And there's that family judgment that is... Here's the thing. I think their family already knows they're a narcissist. Usually families do. Like every now and then, like there'll be a bunch of narcissists in a family and it's not easily spotted. But they're... It's like a failure to thrive energy. This muddled and unclear thinking, like it's almost like that's been visited upon them. Like they can't make sense of things. They used to, and you weren't super aware of it, but your ability, I think you're smarter than they are. and your ability to sort things through, they used that over and over and over again. But it really was almost like they had you enslaved. They were incredibly manipulative. Other people kind of already knew it, and that's what I've got around this, is like they were already known, friends and family, like this is a person who, like, nobody lets them get super close. All right, so positive workouts comes, a consistent effort will bring rewards, and a major purchase is worth making, and then planning, and then property. Here's the thing, none of that works out for them. All of their plans, it's like it withers on the vine. Because the Eight of Cups goes seeking something more, but this is a lack of financial stability. They put all of their, like they're a schemer galore. All they care about is money. And like they want to gain more. By the way, if you're hearing anything funny, it's just my little dog Puddle snoring over there. She's got bad shiny shoes. Every now and then they gain. Every now and then they will have gain. But they don't get to keep it. That muddled and unclear thinking, it really is like something is steering them in the wrong direction. Here's the thing. I think it was very, very important to you that they never get to hurt another person. It was one of the things that you asked for. That you're like, hey, you know what? I'll be okay. I'm figuring it out. I'm able to thrive. I'm able to move forward. I'm able to heal. But I just need to know that nobody else is ever going to get hurt like that. With that Tower in reverse and that High Priestess in reverse, which is secrets being revealed, and then this is like forces working against you sometimes. There is a duality to this person that has been glimpsed. Their family and friends kind of suspected it, and they try to, like, they don't have good boundaries, man. Meaning that, like, they try to tell people things that they shouldn't. Back and forth. Yeah, they can't decide anything. This is awesome. Taking steps. Victim mentality. Ha ha ha. Kindred partnership and loss. Ooh, awesome. Every connection that they form until such time as they learn and they grow and they expand, and they're narcissists, they might not be able to, will be a loss to them. They put themselves forward as your victim and nobody buys it because, like, for whatever reason, like, you might be known as like a really determined and strong person or something, but you're not known as a bad person on any level. Like, you're not. Boy, they screwed up. That accountability card, after the dissolution of what may have been a marriage or just a relationship, and it was of some duration, long enough that like it was like an accepted thing, that it was like this person and you and this person, like if somebody brought up their name, they brought up your name too, because you had been together long enough that you were kind of viewed as a unit. But like everybody knew this part about him. His reputation, his or her or their, this person's reputation, they present well at first, but who they are is really seen very easily. They're very depressed, by the way. Like they genuinely are. This rock bottom energy, this is an alcoholics card as well. So they're overindulging in, like, they're trying to learn how to, more than anything, they want to get rich. Like, more than anything, they want to get rich. And they kind of want to, in order to be like, I'll show you. Like, you're not the person who injured them, but I think you might be the person who called it off. Like, you called an end to, like, their manipulation of you, their use of you, and they really were using you. But the back and forth, they can't make up their mind to save their lives, because apparently, like, they really relied on you for that part. Like, you were the person who helped them figure things out. Victim mentality with kindred partnership and loss, they keep putting themselves forward They're not taking any accountability. They put themselves forward as your victim. And here's the thing, nobody buys it. Like, nobody buys it. This person is too well known as somebody who bends the truth, who, like, tells other people's secrets, who does not have, like, they're not considered super trustworthy. Other people pick up on that. Like, when somebody is not, like, if somebody's telling you things about somebody else that you're like, hey, I bet that person would not want you telling me that, most people can figure out, oh, that's just who you are. Like, all that crap that you're saying about that person, as soon as I'm gone, you're going to turn around and say the same kind of crap about me because that's just who you are. And there's some clarity around this already, but it was, I'm telling you, I keep getting this caring connection card, Angel of Balance, Cornucopia. You're the person who could manifest. You're the person who could manifest. They lost their relationship with you, and who they've been in the aftermath, they keep trying to make themselves out to be the person who was, like, used, manipulated, drained, taken from, and it doesn't make sense to anybody. It just doesn't make sense to anybody. I think because narcissists have a trait that when they are involved with somebody, everything that that person does, they believe is an extension of them. This person is a boastful and bragging person. They can't figure out how to succeed and thrive because you are a big part of their ability to, like, you had better judgment than they do. And this colorless angel, like, everything's pretty drab for them. The people that they can kind of latch onto are, like, they have a little bit of a, like, contempt for them. So, okay. Discord among friends or family. They can't get along with people. Like, you used to help them figure out people. They can't figure out people without you. You had a lot of tolerance for them. Like, you're just a very compassionate person. Okay. So the lesson that they will learn going forward is, like, they shot their golden goose on absolutely every level. They don't understand that and they kind of are starting to, because people pull back from them a lot. Like, they'll get to know somebody and it'll be like, this is a famous and fast and, you know, strong friendship. And they don't have good boundaries. And they're like if it's anybody else, I'd almost say they were, like, autistic on the spectrum, because they're just very off-putting to people. Like, anything that they start, like, kind of, like, forming that bond, this is a card of mastering something, and they master other people, or at least they think to, but people leave them behind a lot because there's something about them that is very off-putting. It's just, there's something about them that's very off-putting. I think they speak very unkindly about people sometimes. Like, I don't know if they don't, like, they're disparaging to other people's bodies or intellect, or maybe both. But who they are becomes clearer and clearer to people, and their own family is, like, leery of them. Because they have this narcissist card, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. I'm telling you, I think you're in a codependent relationship with this person, and it turns super duper 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 toxic. But everything on the exterior of this is, like, they are realizing you were the only thing that ever made everything work. They can't form real connections because you were very, very loving and would simply accept things about them. And you do have a bad tendency to explain away people's toxic traits. You do. There's a little bit of a denial energy around that. Going forward, it's something to make sure that you are taking your time in any new relationships. It's like their bank account will always have a hole. They will never truly have, like, every time they think they're in love with somebody, like, that person will walk away over and over and over again. And do they really think that they love people? Well, they're an opportunist, and so they only try to, like, gather people to them that are an advantage to them. They only hook up with people they can use. And they might have thought that you had like ceased to be useful to them. But more and more they realize that, and it's something that like they can see you getting better and better. And every time they open their mouth to talk about you, like people recoil a little bit because they're just really inappropriate. And it is starting to register with them. And now, muddled and unclear thinking. Like more than anything in the world, they wish they could have a conversation with you because you used to be able to help them figure out what to do. So what's the karmic price that they pay here? Non-thriving relationships, everybody that they were connected to, you improved the way that they were viewed as a person. And because of the fact that they just wouldn't take any responsibility in the aftermath as well, they're viewed in a dim light. It's not a terrible fate. Like, it's not like this person's going to be like, you know, on the torture rack or something. But what it is a non-thriving energy, and then financial difficulties will stalk them throughout the course of their life. Every relation, until such time as they learn and make amends to you, which is really what it would take to balance that scale of justice, nothing will thrive. Nothing will thrive for them. And it's sad because, like, I really think even their own family, like, knows that that person is not to be trusted. Ultimately, there's a lot of isolation around this person, I guess. Okay, that's their karma. That is what they built. They are the architect of their own misery. Only they can take down the tower that they have built. That was a slightly difficult, and like they're like, you're gonna be fine because like your intent, other than like not wanting to be in charge of your own life sometimes, like you wanted the safety and security of a partnership for maybe not the best reasons. And you probably are spending a little bit more time on your own than you would like to as you learn that. But like you lean in on it. This person, their only real chance is to try and make amends to you. And will they? I don't know. They don't learn well. But like every time they turn around, there's something that they wish that they could talk to you about. So like don't be too surprised if they try and make an overture or if they try and extend an olive branch. And if they do, like take it under advisement. You know you can't trust them, but like everybody else knows that too. Everybody else knows that too. It's like they're standing in the ashes of the house that they burned down, and everybody can see that they were the person holding the matches all along. Okay, group number 3, that was your reading. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. Thank you so much for joining me. Go forward, heal, thrive, and know that that person will never thrive again. Not really, not in any real way. The guardians are making sure, the guardians are in fact making sure that this person will know true justice within their lifetime. And it was very important to you. You're very, very, like, you try to do the right thing every time you turn around. And so it's been almost killing you that it's like to see that they didn't have any price to pay. Yes, they did, and they pay it every single day. Take care, be well. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 4, then this is your reading. Hey, this is one of the readings that I was doing by request. I had taken another reader had put up what's their karma reading, and because I deal with so many abuse victims, I got a request to do one for my collective because people really want to know what is going to balance the scales of justice. What is their karma for what they did to me? They hurt you, and remember, like not all injury is the result of abuse. Like in my past, I can think of ways that I accidentally hurt people when I was just a really, really damaged person in my 20s. And like I have tremendous regrets over that, but I grew and I learned and I tried. And that's all anybody can ever do. Sometimes people will not lean into that. Sometimes people will not take accountability for their actions. Let's get going. This is the Muse Tarot bringing you a 10-card predictive spread. We have 2 tea leaf cards. Hey, remember, don't forget to subscribe. It does help my channel if you would please. If you like the reading, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to book me for a private reading, there is a link to my website in the description box down below. Okay. Feather, someone you know is undependable and insincere. Protected from the negative forces beyond your control, which is cobweb. Huh. They think they're protected. Interesting. Let's find out where the rest of this goes, because this has been very interesting. Warrior, strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice and conquering the ego. That is the light attribute. But the shadow attribute is trading ethical principles for victory at any cost. That is this person to a T. Indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. Oh, what a cruel person. Okay, so they were intentionally cruel to you. I think they tried to break you with it. Child, orphan, light attributes, independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. But the shadow attributes is feeling of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. Okay. Boy, they're by themselves a lot. Oh, interesting. The cobweb energy is interesting to me because I'm not getting any protection for them. Here we go. We have the unknown, knowing the unknown. I wonder if I can get a false narrative around that. Root portal, vitality, stability, and survival, fearful. Oh my goodness. It's like the only information they receive is about like what's going to go wrong. We have triumph of lies, yikes, and then we have sacrifice. Well, this person thinks that all is fair and love and pure. They will try to win at any cost. They can be insanely cruel to people. That triumph of lies, they will try and destroy another person's reputation. The protected from negative forces, I'm not getting for them. I'm just not getting for them. And they think they have really good intuition, but it's actually their anxiety. It's just their anxiety. That happens all the time. People confuse anxiety and intuition. And this person lives in a very fearful place. They have complete mistrust of others. And anybody that they don't have good judgment. They don't have good judgment because they're a little bit, I kind of want to say a worm. They're a little bit of a worm. And so they don't have good judgment of other people. Triumph of lies and sacrifice. Sun in reverse, 5 of Cups in reverse, okay. Death card in the upright. The Sun in reverse and the Death card, 4 Cups in the upright, that's a card of discontent. That is a card of just dissatisfaction overall. They have a new beginning in their life. They have a lot of loss around them. And at first they were like, this is good. I should have done this years ago. This is the best thing that's ever happened to me. But they go in and out of depressive energies. They have a lot of dissatisfaction. Okay, they've had people. Oh, Justice in the upright. There you are. With the King of Wands. 8 of Wands in reverse. Oh my goodness. The Wheel in the upright. That's another karma card. With the 6 of Swords in the upright. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. They have very dissatisfying relationships with people. Whoever they've got right now is a little bit of a convenience. Do they have somebody? Yeah, I think so. But they have really active contempt for them. And they let it show too often. Like they slip and speak unkindly too often. And like this person is lonely. Like it's after a time of loss. They did find somebody else. They may have somebody else right now. Apparently all of these are going to be about relationships. I didn't intend them to be, but apparently they are. They found somebody in the aftermath, but they go through depressive energies and they lash out at others. They do. They lash out at others. This person was a partner of yours. They lied to you a great deal. They likely cheated on you. I think you know that part already. But they're not satisfied with, they can't get anybody who's impressive to other people any longer. And that's a very important thing to them. Like, they want to be viewed as like they got somebody who's a catch, who's special, who's like that. They want to, they kind of want a showpiece and they don't have one. And like they're just like, they're using this person and it's starting to dawn on them. So whoever they have is walking away from them pretty darn soon. They have triumph of lies and sacrifice. I'm telling you, at first they were like, yay, I didn't want that person anyway. Like they really were incredibly cold in the aftermath of a breakup. That warrior thing, win at any cost. I don't know if this was a marriage and you had to go to a divorce battle, but like they were gross. Yeah, they would do almost anything. The Wheel of Fortune, karma turns. This is like, the Six of Swords can be a difficult energy because it can be about ghosting. It can be about people turning their back on you. Now, status quo, yeah, nothing, like they're very dissatisfied. Friends and colleagues. Commitment, what'd they do? Transformation. Taking steps, I'm going to take one more on that. Victim mentality. The perception that people have of them in the aftermath, they did something like, it registered with other people as like, that wasn't okay. Like they were too ruthless around something. That's the cobweb that I keep getting. I'm not getting any protection on that. If anything, they're kind of viewed as the spider. Like they've been very venomous. This victim mentality, every time that they go towards something, they spoil it. They spoil it. They don't actually come off well to other people, is the thing. It's like people are trying to get away from them here and here. Everything they try to make happen, like progress on it, is blocked. The Wheel of Fortune is like, it just is constantly spinning. And in this particular one, as you can see, things are falling off, things are getting on. This is getting left behind. It's like they flatten their own tires or something. I'll take a look at this. Fearful, knowing the unknown. Every time that they try to act on their intuition, they're wrong. Listen, the only thing that's intriguing me here is they have somebody right now. And that person, like, they're openly taking their feelings out on them on a little bit of a regular basis. And I kind of want to say that person's like, the only way this is coming is like somebody in that person's life is like, you know what, that's not how somebody should act. Like, I don't care what that person has been through, they shouldn't be treating you like that. I think they think they've latched on to somebody who's a little bit alone in the world. And they're mistreating them, and that person is not without friends. They're going to, they keep losing relationships as well. Like friends don't return calls and all kinds of stuff with this Eight of Wands in reverse. They are so, and like this has been an energy that, like, I guess maybe like all abusers are greedy or something, because there has been so much around money in this particular read. Every time they try and like make something happen, like progress is delayed or blocked. They try and get something going again and again, like they get a lot of ghosting action. Like if they're, because they try to involve other people a lot. And they do have a person, but they treat them like Like they don't treat them properly, and other people have noticed. Other people have noticed, and I think they're getting left with this and this. Friends and colleagues are telling, if you notice this taking steps, this is somebody kind of walking away from somebody. Friends and colleagues are telling this person to, like, this, because they have a person right now. They have a person right now, like they're using them. It's more than a little bit obvious to, like I said, the friends and colleagues, the people who care about this person. This person may not have a lot of family. So what is their karmic retribution and what's going to happen for them? What is the karmic justice coming to them? What is the lesson that they need to learn? To value the people who love them, because they never have. Like in whatever, like they are just like, all's fair in love and war, and like, no. Like other people are seeing them as being just this ruthless person. Yep, the truth is known. With that, the magician in the mirror, I'm telling you, contract. That is the divine timing, soul contract, justice being, the scales of justice will balance for this person. Everything that is valuable to them, they will end up, it will leave them behind. It's like wherever they place their value, it's almost like asking the universe, like, that's the thing you should take away from me. Because the Gabriel card in tarot is the judgment card. The magician in the mirror, like, I think that you have asked for justice over and over again. Because this is a manifesting energy as well. You want their progress blocked, and you want, like, it's not vengeful. It's not vengeful. Like, whatever they did with this warrior energy, they can't make good friends. They can't, like, get close to people. They sacrificed. Boy, they lie and people know it. They have this poor person like a little bit under their thrall, but I don't know if they have kids, I don't know if they have friends, I don't know what it is, but somebody is like intervening and telling them to leave them behind. Two of Cups, Six of Swords in the upright, that really is a ghosting energy, leaving a difficult situation behind. They're discontented with the rate of, like, they can't get anything going. Nothing will thrive in their life. They keep losing money. The Death card in the upright with the Eight of Wands in reverse, their new beginning like is blocked on every level, and then nothing, like their happiness is, they will celebrate anything having to do with money. They will celebrate anything having to do with gain. They have almost no real emotional world. They really just, they kind of just don't. And the relationship that they're engaging in, like I don't know what it is, but like they didn't treat this person properly, potentially around like a holiday or a birthday or a celebration. And like it started to be clear to others that it's like that they're just using you. And now the friends and colleagues taking steps, victim mentality. Commitment, transformation, status quo, they basically didn't do anything in that relationship. They're losing anything that is valuable to them. They just lose anything that is valuable to them. This win at any cost things means that they will lose just constantly. And that child orphan energy, they end up alone over and over and over again. And they're making another mistake right now. They just are. They're making another mistake. They live in it, like they're a very fearful person. And here's the thing, you kind of aren't. Like, I mean, like, I think you might be an anxious person, but you're not a fearful person. Like, almost like if the worst happens, you're like, oh, now I know what to do. That's my jam. I rise to crisis is the way that I function best. And they don't. It's like everyday things that you're afraid of. Feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation. See, here's the thing, codependency goes both ways. Even when you've got like an empath narcissist paradigm, even if it's the empath who's afraid of their own power and like wants somebody else to take responsibility for, quite frequently it's the empath who's the strongest person because they've had to overcome a great deal, and it's the narcissist who's simply using them. And not all narcissists thrive after they, like, you are their anchor. You are an anchoring point for them. The thing that is really fascinating to me is like they're taking somebody they didn't learn, and so they've been treating the person that they have now like with disdain and a little bit of active contempt, and like what they're not realizing is it's registering for that person, and this person is not friendless, and I'm not sure why, but it does. It's like they have to leave town or something. Like I'm like the knowing the unknown. It's like their reputation is whatever was left of it after whatever it was they did to you. And like I was expecting this all to be pretty heavy duty trauma, because I do not have a collective of people who've had easy lives, and it's never a contest. Suffering is not a contest, but the more powerful you are, the more like intense your struggles can be, because we choose our existences, and powerful people are given more like difficult struggles because we can overcome them, we can learn from them, and we do choose it. It is part of the life lessons that we ask for, is, help me be this, help me be that. Like somebody who has this energy, like you came here wanting to learn how to really stand on your own 2 feet, so you're given many challenges to make that more difficult for you. But this person, like, it's like they tried to almost repeat a pattern. And I have this really icky energy around this person is not friendless. They're very protective. Once their true face is shown, it really is like I've almost got like a needing to leave town energy around that. What will happen to them is basically they have to, I think, kind of run away with their tail between their legs. Because the triumph of lies and sacrifice energy, they're insincere, it's been caught by other people, the person. Here's the thing, I think they latched on to somebody who might have money. And they've been trying to like use that person's own loneliness to try and take advantage of them. And the people around them, like, they're not, like, it's like they found a lost soul, but that lost soul was not without friends. And they don't treat them properly, and other people notice. So what happens first is, like, if anybody had any doubts around, like, well, who is at fault there? Who's the bad guy in that particular instance? They are very much proving that it was them, because they've gone on to, and this person is, like, they already suffered a bad loss. They already suffered a bad loss. And so they're not coming off well. And as that person pulls farther and further away, I'm telling you, the thing that just keeps coming through is like, it's like they have to leave town. All right, so group number 4, that was the least extreme thing, but they went right back and tried to do almost exactly the same things. And they will, as their lies are revealed, the sacrifice thing, I'm telling you, it's like they have to do a bunch of things in the aftermath of like a light being shown on them. They tried to find another victim, somebody who wasn't as challenging as you, because they thought that person was, I think, kind of an easy mark. And what they didn't realize is that person is beloved by others, because they're a really, really, really good person. And that's where this person makes their mistake over and over again, is they go for these wonderful human beings. And I think they found you, and you have that orphan energy. Like, you really might have been kind of alone in the world. This person isn't. They came out with the friends and colleagues, and they're making a mistake. They're trying to run almost the exact same con, and I think that other person must be well established. And people are warning that person about the person who hurt you. And when it's all revealed, it really is almost like they have no choice but to leave town, because they will, like, it's going to follow them. It is. It's like there's a mass or a creature that was created by all of the nastiness that they They try to, it's like the world's protecting other people from them. Everything is following them now. And this person, like, don't feel bad for them. Don't feel bad for them. It's not going to last that long. It's almost over right away, right now. Like, it was very recent. Like, this is a timeless reading, but we're only a few weeks past Christmas. And, like, they didn't behave properly. They didn't behave properly, I think, at family or friendly gatherings. And other people are like, get away from them. And as it becomes clearer and clearer, they think they found another victim, but they didn't. They didn't. And like I keep getting, they're gonna have to leave town. Is that the end of that story for them? No, but they don't learn very easily or very well. I think they just have an ever diminishing energy throughout the course of the rest of their lives. They schemed, they almost got away with something. And now they think they found like somebody who's going to put everything to rights and somebody that they can exploit that person's kindness and love. And like I said, they're a lost soul who just, has so much love to give and they want to give it to somebody. But what they don't understand is that like other people are more observant and that person is far more protected than they think that they are. And as it comes to light, just kind of like, I think there's a private investigator involved, but I can't really swear to that because I have the justice card. It is like there will be a revelation around who that person really is, and they have no choice in the aftermath other than that Six of Swords than to leave a difficult situation behind. Whew! This was an interesting reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, if you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. They're getting run out of town on a rail.